The opposition Singapore Democratic Alliance has released its manifesto for the election. It says it aims to build a Singapore for Singaporeans.
And it plans to fight hard to do away with the CPF minimum sum.
Central Provident Fund, CPF. The CPF was set up for retirement, but it is used to fund housing and education too. The minimum sum keeps on increasing and we have no control over our very own hard-earned savings in this account. Singaporeans work hard and they save hard, pumping 20% of their hard-earned salary into the CPF accounts so that when we retire at the age 55 and pursue a more leisurely life thereafter, we have money available to us. However, with this constantly increasing minimum sum, we realize this automatic transfer of funds from the ordinary account into the retirement account always keeps taking away the money. How can we retire these days? It is becoming more and more difficult. No wonder the retirement age in Singapore keeps going up as well, leaving the elderly citizens sandwiched between the worst dilemma because of their age, their actions, and their slower response time. And some companies, as you realize, are trying to get rid of them to replace them with younger employees. Some companies, they practice biasness in the employment of these group of Singaporeans. SDA, ladies and gentlemen, we fight hard to repeal that. Firstly, do away with the minimum CPF sum that's required. It is our money, it is our pension, our annuity. It has been set aside for our retirement purpose. As such, the money should not be managed by someone else but should be managed only by us and not compulsorily by anybody else, whether it's the government or otherwise. We will fight for optional schemes. Those who wish to withdraw may do so, and those who do not withdraw all may choose, only if they want to continue leaving their monies in the CPF. And the board can continue to invest, but we ask for higher interest generating tools. And this sum of money should still be accessible anytime by the CPF owners should they need to use it. Secondly, SDA will fight for CPF to revert back to its basic original use as an retirement account. As the cost of living is already on the rise, coupled with inflation over the years, by the time most of us retire in a few decades, the money might be barely enough for our sustainability. Therefore, the monies in the CPF account should not be used for other purposes like education or property purchase. This will make sure that we, our people, are taken care of and well taken care of and are able to self-sustain when they retire. The final proposal where the CPF is concerned is to rename it into a central pension fund. Look, it is our money, the money of hard-earned money of Singaporeans. And if the CPF board is using this money for investment, please realize that we also deserve to have better returns on this investment. If the CPF board is generating a larger return on our money, then more part of those returns should also come back to us. This will help us to pay off our homes sooner, and this will also leave with more money as savings in our CPF account. So we propose that the CPF be renamed into a central pension fund with a greater return from the investment returns that are being generated by the CPF board.
It will fight for more affordable public housing and heavy government subsidies, and for more rental units to be made available for young couples waiting to get their flats. To reduce healthcare costs, the SDA is advocating a fully liberalized Medisave scheme, where Medisave funds can be used without caps to pay for hospitalization, outpatient charges, and private insurance coverage. On transport, the party is pushing for a more liberal transport sector to encourage more competition for tenders. The SDA says it advocates a Singaporeans First policy for jobs. It also supports a minimum wage scheme, which the party says will help citizens cope with high costs of living. And finally, it also wants to do away with the current streaming system in schools.
Ladies and gentlemen, please support Singapore for Singaporeans, Singaporeans First policy, Singapore Democratic Alliance. Thank you.